Uh-oh, you know what that sound means. It means it's lunch talk time.
Welcome to the all-new Lunch Talk Show with Mike and Star Carter.
This show will discuss relationship, family, celebrity news, and much, much more.
So stay tuned, because you never know what the Lunch Talk crew is serving up every Friday. What's up, guys? We are back on this wonderful Friday. So how you doing today, Mr. Carter?
I'm doing great. What's going on, Let's Talk family?
What's going on, Lunch Talk family? So I hope you guys had a great week. You know, a lot of people might have been drunk coming off of Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo fell on a Sunday.
I know, boy. That's all they was talking about at work. Cinco de Mayo, going out drinking margaritas.
Margaritas and tequila shots and Coronas and... They got a lot of expensive beer.
Oh yeah, and yeah. I don't do well on that import, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it is. It's very expensive. Yeah. And I just been meaning to ask, and I never got around to it. What is Cinco de Mayo? What is that? What's the purpose and what is the celebration about? I mean, what is that?
I want to say it has something to do with a war they won. Something like that.
Who, Mexican war?
Yeah, it's something to do with something about a war, I want to say. Don't quote me. It's something we probably need to look up on one of our phones.
Yeah, I put it on the spot, y'all. I was just wondering, what does that mean?
I think it's got something to do with some type of war or something that they won and they celebrate. So I don't know exactly, but I know it's got something to do with their heritage, with the Mexican heritage. I know it's got something to do with that, but I'm not exactly, don't quote me on that.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, guys, I just kind of put it on the spot with that one.
But it's something that they celebrate. It's like I want to say it might be like their 4th of July. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
It might be something like that for them.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I was just wondering because, boy, they get toe up. And, boy, no offense, but Mexicans, y'all can drink. Y'all do some drinking, boy. I tell you, boy, y'all drink, throw up, and drink again.
Help us all.
But anyway, I'm just saying, it's the truth. I mean, boy, they can get down, boy. They can get down. Wow.
So what's going on with your tidbits? You got a tidbit for us, babe?
Yeah, babe, I got a great interesting tidbit. This is going to be quite funny, but it's the truth, guys. Like I was always telling you, hey, you can Google this stuff. We don't make this stuff up. This stuff is real. But babe, the interesting tidbit is, you're not going to believe it, but honey, they are going to start producing breast milk for the public. Like, you'll be able to go in the grocery stores and you'll be able to get, like, you got your regular milk, you got your almond milk, and you're going to have breast milk, right there. So they're going to start trying to produce breast milk for the public.
Oh, Lord. Why they always messing with stuff?
It's crazy.
It's bad enough that we have formula for our children because some women don't want to breastfeed. I was one of those women. I was 23 when I had my son, and I didn't want my breast being tied down to a child. I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to party. And I wanted to drink. I'm keep real. And when you can't do all that when you breastfeed.
Exactly, you're right. You got to watch your medications.
Yeah, you got to watch
all
everything.
Sorts of things.
Yeah, because you passing along to your child.
Exactly.
So that's the reason, and I assume that maybe some women may not be able to breastfeed. So Enfamil, Similac, all that, stuff. Synthetic stuff for the babies,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've all had to use it at some point if if you didn't breastfeed.
Oh yeah.
But so it sounds like they're gonna make a type of formula for adults.
Well, babe, okay, this is the interesting part of the little tidbit. Okay, so guys, before you start freaking out, females, they're not gonna start milking you guys like cows. Okay, they're not going to get a whole volunteer room full of women and they're going to milk your breast for this formula. So what they're proposing is they're going to do a synthetic blend of breast milk. They're going to take the necessary nutritions and all the vitamins. Because, breast milk is good for the baby. It's got a lot of vitamins and minerals and a lot of, good points to it. Mm-hmm. So they're going to make a synthetic form of breast milk and they're going to have all the necessary vitamins and minerals, but it's going to be available to grown-ups, children, everybody, to the public. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think I could put breast milk in my cereal.
Oh, no.
Knowing what it is, I know it sounds crazy, but
who was it at the time? Was it Dave Chappelle that picked on P. Diddy because he wanted Cambodian breast milk?
Yeah, Cambodian breast milk. Yes. I'm going to close the studio. That's all he kept saying the whole time. Yeah. Well, it was crazy. But David Chappelle, yeah, you are absolutely right. He wanted Cambodian breast milk.
You know, and when Babe told me about this tidbit, I Googled it because I couldn't believe it. And it is looking like it's going to be $1 billion cash cow for these not breast milk companies, but these formula companies that like Nestle and stuff like that. They are expecting this to be $1 billion industry. So they really thinking that this is going to be a hit. And they are putting in the HMO, which is the human milk, glyceride or something. I can't say that right. Y'all Google it, HMO. And it is the third most common solid in the breast milk. And so what it does, it helps to fight bacteria. It's a beneficial bacteria. So it's kind of like everybody telling you now to get your probiotics. You know, I told you I came home with that protein shake that got probiotics in it. It's that good, healthy gut stuff that you need because health starting the gut. So it's supposed to get your gut right. So they putting this in this milk. This is supposed to help guys with, like my husband said, with your immunity. And it even supposed to help older people with their eyesight and all kind of stuff. So they gonna really be pushing this.
I know. It's crazy, man.
They gonna be pushing this breast milk.
Breast milk. Guys, can you imagine going in the grocery store and seeing this on the shelf?
Lord help us.
I mean, honestly, guys, hit us up. Hey, this is something funny. Hit us up, please, guys. Hit us up and let us know. Talk to us about this. Would you buy it if it does come out?
If it's available.
Yeah, but evidently it is because they're pushing it and it's expecting to be in the billions of dollars of revenue. So they're going to push it. So the question I want to ask you guys out here on my Lunch Talk family is, would you buy it? You know, you got your almond milk on the shelf. You got your regular milk. You got your buttermilk.
Lactate.
Yeah, lactate. You know, all that good stuff. And then you're going to have
1%, 2%.
Breast milk. Breast milk.
Skim.
And the funny thing is, what would they call it?
Breast milk.
Breast milk. I mean, they ain't gonna dress it up.
Probably not.
Just cause
they probably gonna call it info breast.
Oh my god.
So they call it info meal. It's gonna be info breast.
Info breast. Damn, but man, can you imagine? But would you buy it, guys? Hit us up. Say that what it is again.
lunchtalkshow@gmail.com.
Yeah, there you go. Hit us up, guys. Let us know if it does come to pass. Would you buy it? Breast milk.
Would you buy the info breast?
Yeah, I know, right? That's what
a similar. I can't even say the T word. Y'all gonna say it. Similac.
Yeah.
Similitity.
Yeah. Jesus bless her heart.
I can have a little fun every now and then. Gee, wait.
Bless her heart.
Gee, wait.
But guys, that's going to be the new food trend out there in the dairy products. I mean, but honey, you made a valid point though. You made a valid point. You remember, we had talked about this a while back, but, you made a valid point. Humans are the only mammal out there that drinks other mammals' milk. Yeah. So why not drink breast milk? Because it comes from us, so it should be more acceptable
than us drinking from a cow.
Exactly. But we've been brainwashed so much and so long that, to me, no offense, ladies, that just sounds disgusting to me.
I know, and see, that's what,
it sounds disgusting.
And that's what the civilization has done to us. Over the time, we accept that we can drink a cow's breast milk, and that's cool. Do you know that cow's breast milk is for that baby's?
That baby cow.
Yeah,
exactly.
Baby cow.
Yeah, because like you said, you made a valid point a while back. We're the only mammal that do that.
Yeah, and you don't see no horses beating down the door to get to a cow.
Yeah, drinking their milk. Yeah, exactly. So it makes sense in a way.
We're the only one that do that.
Yeah, it makes sense in a way. But like I said, to me, it just sounds disgusting. Yeah, because like I said, ladies, no offense, because I know the babies, y'all feed the babies. Not offending anyone, but just my personal opinion. That just sounds disgusting, man. Putting breast milk on your cereal and your coffee, in your baked goods. Oh my goodness.
That's why I don't drink cow milk. I drink nothing but almond milk, or either coconut milk. I can't drink cow milk. Most people can't because you either lactate, it messes with your stomach. There's a reason it messes with your stomach, because it was not meant for you to consume it. It was meant for that baby calf.
Exactly. So
that
guys,
helper.
Oh, you're right. So guys, breast milk, they're fit to be the new exciting trend in the food industry. Breast milk. Hit us up, guys. Let us know.
$1 billion industry. Crazy. Well, on another note, I know you all had seen where Steve Harvey and his wife supposedly was supposed to have been going through a divorce, and they supposed to had supposed to be liquidating assets and all that type of stuff. I said access. I can't never say
Assets.
that word. Asset. That's it.
Assets. Yeah.
You know what I know. You know what I mean. I can't say it.
Assets.
But they was liquidating those things and supposed to be doing all this because he's going through divorce number 4. And I tell you the truth. And when babe came home, you had came home from work, you were like, babe, did you hear? Because, you know, you said Tom Jordan was talking about it. And I said, let me show you something. I went on my Instagram because I follow Steve Harvey and his beautiful wife, Majorie, on Instagram. And I showed him the video. That's how you silence the hater. Steve Harvey and his wife made a video saying to each other, you divorcing me?
I know, right? That was so funny. That was so funny.
She's talking about, I read it too. You read it? Where you read it at? I read it somewhere on the blog. Yeah, they're saying we divorced. We broke.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
When was you going to tell me? You know, I thought that was cool. That's how you shut the haters up. When people are talking junk and trying to make stuff out of stuff they don't even know what they're talking about, that's how you shut the haters up.
But you're absolutely right. They had rumors rolling around about Steve Harvey's on his 4th marriage, finna get a 4th divorce. His wife has broke him. And that was the reason why they were getting divorced, because I guess she was, what you want to call it when you spend a lot of money. But anyway, she was very expensive. Okay. She was an expensive upkeep, put it like that. But it was a big rumor. But babe, you are absolutely right. I love how they did that. They made a little Instagram thing, and they was like, "Oh, okay, you're divorcing me? You're leaving me? We're getting a divorce."
And that wasn't the only one. They did another one where she was sitting in her brand new Ferrari, and the dog was in the front seat.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
So about you got the dog ride shotgun and all this and that and the other. I'm telling you, I thought that was classic way of shutting the haters. You shut them out, you get no time, you get no press. Try something else.
Exactly. Yeah, because
try something else.
If you're not out there on Facebook or not making a public scene, people don't know what's going on, so they have to assume. Mm-hmm. If people don't know what's going on in your business, you can be doing great just because you're not out there flaunting and advertising your relationship, good or bad. Mm-hmm. People have to make up things, and honey, that's happened to us, and we're not even famous yet.
Yeah, that happened to us, guys. We're going to tell you about our situation. My husband gets a text, and he's like, babe, it's a rumor that me and my husband got into an argument at church.
In the house of the Lord.
In the house of the Lord, me and my husband is arguing in church. And this was a rumor that got back to my sister-in-law, Mike's sister, and she texted Mike, want to know, y'all okay? Is everything cool?
And I'm shocked. I'm like, yeah. What's wrong? Yeah, what's wrong? And Lord,
yeah,
that's exactly what it was. We're at church. I'm supposed to be ignoring my wife, pulling on my wife, and we got a big commotion in a scene at church. We're arguing. I'm like, when did that happen? Yeah. What the world? But go ahead, babe.
And so I told Mike, I said, you see how easy people can make up lies on us, and we're not even famous. We are far from being famous. We got day jobs. We got to go to work.
Yeah, exactly.
We far from being famous. All we got is this podcast show. I write a couple books, and Mike's finna put out some music, but we still ain't nowhere near the caliber that Steve Harvey them is. And if they can tell a lie on us, what they're gonna do to them celebrities.
I know they'll tear them a new, butthole or whatever. Yeah. Man, that is so crazy. But guys, come on, guys. Just because you don't know what's going on, don't make up rumors.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, really, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
people
trying to create a problem.
I try where there is none, but take care of your own house.
And you know what? That could have been really. I'm so glad they handled it that way, because that could have been bad. Because say if Steve Harvey was doing that behind his wife's back, just say it. Or even say if she was not open-minded and know about the type of rumors or whatever, And she was like, "Oh, you leaving me?" That could have went wrong. That could have really went wrong because people do stuff to tear up people's relationships on purpose.
Oh yeah, they really do.
Because misery loves company. That statement will always be true. If you find negative stuff out, you can always bet that there's a miserable person behind it.
Exactly. I mean, you're right. Misery loves company. And on top of that, you know, babe, they've taken a step further. You know, we've had this done to us. People wishing death on your relationship. Mm-hmm. And we've had that done, guys. I bet y'all saying, man, they were doing a lot. Yes, we have.
Yeah, since me and Mike been married, we had people to actually say, "Oh, I give them 6 months."
Yeah, they want you to fail.
Yeah,
that is so
they
crazy.
wish we fail.
Yeah, that is so crazy.
And then when we do it, you know, we started lunch talk. Oh my God, you know, who they think they are and all type of stuff.
That's crap.
You know?
Oh boy, it's some haters.
And like I said, haters. And we are nobodies.
Nobodies.
I mean, we somebodies, but we nobodies. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We ain't nobody that people need to be like creating rumors.
Yeah, and hating on. I mean,
hating
really
on us.
We do
real.
the same thing y'all do. Same thing.
We
same
go to
thing.
work, we take care of our children, and we try to live a happy, peaceful life. That's
Exactly.
what we do. We don't bother people. We chill. We have our close-knit family and friends that we hang around, and that's it. You know, we ain't trying to purposely be in the limelight, but all of a sudden, there's people out there that want to talk about us for whatever reason, because we're not talking about y'all. If y'all listening to Lunch Talk, we're not talking about y'all.
Not in the most. Not even crossed our mind.
Yeah.
Don't even cross our mind.
I look at it like this. You know, anything that you send at us, it's going to come back to y'all. You know, one thing about sowing bad seeds, you got to reap that harvest.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. So me and Mike, we're going to always take the high road. We're going to always wish good, even on the ones that wish bad to us, because we ain't trying to sow no negative seeds.
Exactly.
We ain't trying to do that.
It's just like the past first lady said, you know, when they go high, we go, when they go low, we go high.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we do. We take the higher road because to us, it's petty. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's really petty, guys, when you start rumors like this, you know. It's really petty, but babe, it's a good thing about that because it just lets us know they're thinking about us. You know what I mean? It just lets us know they're thinking
about us. What they really need to do is get a life. Get a life.
Yeah, they thinking
Move
about
on. Us. Find somebody of your own, and then or something. Do something. Learn to crochet. Do something.
Right? Yeah, because when you wish bad on other people, the next thing you know, you'll be sitting in the shower, you know, waiting on your boyfriend to get home, and you catch him in the bedroom screwing somebody else, and you in the shower watching it.
Oh Lord!
Really? I mean, come on now, really? That's what you want to do? But hey, it happens. It happens. It's happened, guys. It's crazy. But the Steve Harvey thing was hilarious.
But this is our first time addressing those rumors too.
Oh yeah.
That's the best place to do it is on the platform. So this is our first time ever addressing the so-called rifts that's supposed to been going on in me and Mike's relationship. So and Steve Harvey and them just showing you a classic example of how people can make up lies. Don't let people come in between your relationship, guys. Don't let them do it.
Nope, no, don't let them do it. Spreading false rumors or whatever. They spread false rumors, guys. Just shake it off. I mean, don't stoop to their level because when you stoop to their level, you're doing the same thing they're doing.
Right.
So, you know, hey, guys, look at it as like I just told my babe, hey, they thinking about you. Put it like that. Just look at it on a positive note. They thinking about you, even though they need to think about something else.
What
but,
the world?
You know, they
so
thinking
I
about
love
you.
Steve Harvey's a classic. Him and Majorie. That's what I call classy with a capital C. It don't get no classier than that. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, guys, when I left Friday, I told you all that I can't wait. I want to talk to y'all about what do you do when you don't like your spouse anymore. That's what we're going to talk about when we come back. But we're going to do a real quick commercial. When we come back from this commercial break, we're going to talk about that, okay? We'll be back. All right, guys, and we are back. So, when I left for the commercial break, we said that what do you do when you don't like your spouse anymore? And so I told you I had a whole little story with that. out at my job. I ain't gonna call no names. I ain't gonna even say where they work at. But anyway, this guy came to my area where I work. I told you I work in accounting. So this guy came to my area and he was talking to me and another lady that worked in the accounting department with me. And his father passed away. And I'm overhearing him talk about somebody. I don't know. He wasn't talking to me. He was talking, but he was just talking out loud. And so he was like, well, I hope she don't even come to the funeral. I don't even want her to be there. We did good for her to be, at the vacation. I ain't even want her there at the vacation for a whole week while we was on the cruise. I wish you'd get the hint. And, stuff like that. Yeah. And so I'm like, and you know how terrible he was talking about this person. I'm thinking it might be an in-law or I don't know, a boarder, somebody living in your house or whatever. I'm just trying to figure out who he's talking about because he even called her a boarder. Like, she just living there rent free. And, he's just talking trash. And I'm like, who are you talking about? He did like a Norbit thing. My wife.
Oh, Lord.
Like, he just rolled that word up. Like it disgusted him to say that. Like, my wife.
Oh, my goodness.
Like Norbit did the Respucia. My wife. This nasty. And I was like, oh, my God. Really? And he was like, yes. And I was like, and I was just flabbergasted. I ain't gonna even lie. I was just flabbergasted. I was like, your dad died. I'm sorry, your dad passed, but you don't even want it. No.
He don't even want his wife at the funeral. Oh my goodness. He don't like his mate.
He really do not like her.
He don't like her. And guys, that's serious business. When you don't like your mate, like when we left off of the last show, we gave you a couple of little funny things about that, like in Living Color skit.
Yeah.
About, we still together.
We still together.
Yeah, that type of level. But man, that is crazy when you don't like your wife. Can you imagine? I mean, you living in turmoil. You living in just, I don't even know what to call it. You're living in misery, dude. If you're going through life like that, not actually liking your mate, guys, we're not talking about just not getting along. Because of course, everybody's going to not get along. Your wife's going to get on your nerve. You're going to get on hers. But we are talking about just dead to the right. You don't like this person.
You hope they die.
I know, right?
I ain't gonna go that far and say that, but he did not have no nice words, so that wasn't too far-fetched for me to think that.
Yeah, because some of them do. They really can't wait till you die.
He was like, so I asked him, I said, well, how long have y'all been married? He said, 10 years. And I said, no, he didn't say 10 years. 10 of the worst years of my life. That's what he said.
Wow.
And I said, well, how long did you date? A year and a half of the best years of my life. That's what he said.
Wow. So that's what she tricked him. Basically.
That's what it sounded like.
She tricked him for that whole year. And then when they got married, all holy hell broke loose. Okay.
That's what it sounded like.
That is so crazy.
I couldn't believe I had never, of course, we know that that's why we started Lunch Talk, because Kevin Hart had cheated on his wife. So we know people go through things in a relationship. That's not far-fetched. But to really just like hate your spouse, you don't like them at all, And so I asked him straight up, I was like, well, do you think y'all can go to counseling? We passed counseling.
That's funny. Wow.
So, what do you do then? I'm just looking at him like, okay, what are you going to do? You going to keep it, you going to stay in the marriage? Or, what are you going
to do? And that's the tricky part. And I'm wondering.
You don't even like this person and you don't even want counseling. So what do you do?
And I'm wondering, what did she do to get him to that point? Well,
he had made some comments another time. See, I'm finally piecing it all together. He had made a comment that she gets home at midnight almost every night. And from what I understand, where she works at does not permit her to be there as late as she says she's there.
Uh-oh. Dum, 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 dum. Now the drummer starts. Okay, yeah. Now the plot starts to thicken. Okay, so this extra, what is she doing in the spare time? Okay.
Yeah. So
gotcha.
He has alluded to that because you know how some people just talk out loud.
Yeah.
He was kind of ranting and he was like, well, she don't pay no bills. She don't give no money. She like a boarder and she stay at work the so-called 12 o'clock, but I don't see where the money, I don't see it because she ain't paying nothing now. She ain't paying nothing at where we at. She don't buy nothing. She don't spend no money. Her money is her money. And, so.
Okay, gotcha. Well, we ain't going to make no assumption, guys, but we can pretty imagine where that's going. She gets off work at, 7, 6?
I don't know.
Or whatever. And she doesn't come home.
He never said what time, but he just said she gets home
around midnight every night.
They got,
my goodness.
They got kids. They got twins that's under 10. So, like, for a mom... I guess dad is taking care of the kids when they, because somebody's got to get the kids, got to help them with their homework. They under 10, they probably need help with homework. You got to make sure they ate, and all that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So that's a sticky situation right there, buddy. I mean, you got excess of time that's not accounted for. Your mind can run wild. I'm not saying nobody's doing anything. I can't say because I don't know the whole situation. But when you got that amount of time unaccounted for, your mind tends to wonder. Because I know if my wife gets off at 6 and she doesn't get home until 12.
What you do?
Okay. Yeah. What are you doing? But you probably wouldn't say it in those nicer words, but you're going to want to know, that excess time, you want to know what's going on, and then you do it on a constant. Something's going on.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, I wouldn't say every situation is like that, but most of the time it's something going on and I don't think it's in your best interest, and that's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's crazy. That's a sticky situation.
You may have to stay at work late sometime. You never know. The boss might ask you, can you work over? Those things happen, but does it happen every day?
See, that's the question. That's the question. And besides, I don't think you're going to be working over no 6 hours, coming home after 12. Okay, let me take that back. Maybe. It depends on your line of work.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're at a strip club or something, yeah, I would say so.
Lord, help us all.
Yeah. I had to throw that in there. Yeah, but, on the serious note, guys, I can't say then. Like I said, it just depends on your line of work. So,
I think she works in the same business. I think she works in the automotive business, too. And I know our dealership closed at 7, period. So I don't know about where she works at as far as dealership, but I know our dealership closed at 7. So at the latest, I would guess, if I had to guess, maybe some dealership may stay open to 8 or 9, maybe. But either way.
Yeah, exactly.
But so either way, even if they did stay open to 8 or 9 that late in the evening, you still got 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, because, that's crazy. It's still, that's a little hard to swallow,
Yeah.
And on top of that, if you do have to do it, guys, on a serious note, if you do have to do that, and like I said, depends on your line of work. If you do have to stay 6 hours overtime, at least call somebody, say something, give me a heads up or whatever. Just don't do it and come into the house like I had to work over. Cause I may not believe that. Because if it was that simple, why didn't you call or notify anybody? Notify me. It's not like I'm keeping up with you, but come on, dude. 6 hours, no phone call. You could be dead in the ditch. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on. I'm panicking. I'm freaking out. And then you come in the house all hunky-dory smiling at me. And I'm like, the old saying, if you're not dead, I'm going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what, what really, what's really going on in this situation?
Right. So, I did put a poll on our Twitter account and I put a poll on our Facebook page, but you don't never get nothing on Facebook. So if I don't get no results off Facebook, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I did put it on Twitter. So I'm going to see what our poll results is, if I have any, and I'm going to report that back to y'all next week. When we record another show for y'all and let's see what everybody else do. So on the poll, I asked, what do you do when you don't like your spouse anymore? Is it A, do you get a divorce? B, do you get counseling? And C, I put you just suck it up and stick it out. You ain't the only one.
I know, right? You ain't the only one. I know, right?
Right?
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. Well, I did do the poll today. I did the poll. I put counseling first.
I did too.
I put counseling first, because things happen and, you're married, try to work it out. Now, if you would have asked me this a few years ago, I would have told you hit the road, Jack. You know what I mean? And don't come back no more. You know the song.
Okay, Ray.
Y'all know the song.
Okay, Ray Lewis.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Ray Lewis. Ray,
But
Charles.
yeah, but hit the road and don't come back no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, you mature with age and realize that people do make mistakes, make bad decisions. Okay, that's what I always say. You make bad decisions. But at this time, I would say, try to work things out. Get counseling if possible.
I think it all goes back to what we was talking about. We really have to open up the lines of communications. I think communication is the key to solving anything, because a lot of times your mind wanders and your mind is going to go crazy thinking craziness. And if those answers is not, if those questions don't have answers, I meant to say, then your mind is just going to go all left with it, So if you got a question about it, don't hold it in. That's what we was talking about the mental file cabinet before in our other show about mindfulness. You can't hold things in. If something is bothering you, you got to talk about it, because just harboring it, letting it fester, you just setting yourself up for failure, for disappointment, and you just letting your mind and your imagination go wild. I feel like if you started off with communication, if your mate doing something that's getting on your nerves, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's getting on your nerve to the point that it's making you dislike them, it don't even have to be that they coming in late. It could be that they leave their clothes on the floor, and so you looking at them like they're a slob now. Or it could be any little thing that gets on your nerves that's making you look at them differently. That's can make you dislike them because of a habit that they do. Stuff like that. That can happen too. Are they a lust? Do they always drink up everything? Every time you turn around, they got a beer or they got a bottle of liquor pouring it down their throat, and you look at them like they a lush. All they want to do is drink, and that gets on your nerves. That make you not like them. So it's not just the cheating, things that can cause you to not to like a person. It could be personality traits, but the only way to fix those things and address those things is to talk about it. Because guess what? They might got some stuff they don't like about you. But if you scared to talk about it and you tiptoeing around on eggshells, you will never know what your differences is. All you would do is build up resentment. That's all you do.
I mean, that's a valid point. That is a valid point. So as we always said, communication is the best thing. If you feel you can't talk to your mate, or you can't communicate with your mate, that's when you have to get a third party involved. Yeah. Because they can actually, say what you want to say, because some people just can't communicate, or they don't know how to communicate. Right. They don't know how to do it because it always comes out wrong, or it comes out aggressive, or it comes out, just not how you want it to come out. Mm-hmm. And that may be another argument that, on hand right there, because of your deliverance. Because I've always said it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can say anything to me. Okay, I don't care. Criticism, it doesn't matter. Relationship, jobs, or whatever. But it's how you present it to me. Mm-hmm. Now if I feel that you're attacking me, we got a problem, because I'm a fight back, because I'm a man first. I'm a man first. I'm not just going to let somebody, male, female, whoever, I don't care. I'm not going to let you attack me and I'm going to be like, oh, shucks, whatever. No, I'm a man and I'm a strong black man. I'm not finna let you degrade me. I'm not finna let you come at me all stupid, and that's just real talk. So guys, if you can't communicate, or you feel you can't communicate with your spouse or mate, hey guys, just take the extra step and try to get some type of counseling. If you can't afford it, family members, somebody you trust, or another pastor, or one of your friends that has a good relationship, or has been through similar issues, or whatever the case may be.
Got through it or something.
Exactly. Yeah. So
sometimes you just need a mediator.
Exactly. So you can talk to people if you can't afford a professional counselor. Mm-hmm. So yeah, guys. So that's what we're telling you guys. If it's worth it, hey guys, just put the extra step in and try to work it out. Get some counseling, get some help from somebody. Yeah.
You definitely would want to put your cards on the table somehow. Like my husband said, sometimes you can't talk because some people won't be acceptable to the conversation, especially if they got their walls up. So yeah, sometimes that's the best way to go if you can't talk to each other. But that comes from not talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? That's when you build up that resentment that you can't talk to each other. Y'all are so defensive to each other that you at the point where you probably can't communicate no more. All it does is turn into a screaming and yelling match, and nothing is getting accomplished at that point. because nobody's being heard. Everybody's too busy trying to be heard, or, so nobody's being heard. That's what happens when you're yelling and screaming at each other. So I think that's a great, great, great point that you made, babe, that, sometimes that's the best way to do. You got to get somebody else in there that can let you have your side and their side, and then come up with the best solution when you don't like your spouse.
Yep, when you don't like your spouse. Don't like
and maybe
your
it
spouse.
can be salvageable. You know, everything does not have to end in the D word.
Yep.
Everything does not have to end in the D word, but you know what your deal breakers are.
Yep,
so that's the thing. When, I've already said what my deal breakers is, things that I know I could not handle if they occurred. So you have to set the boundaries of what is your deal breakers. What are the things that you can work through, and what are the things that you could not work through if your spouse did this to you? Infidelity does not always mean that you're going to divorce. Some people can get past infidelity. Are you one of those people?
That's the thing. Yeah, you got to know. You got to know what your pivot points are, the points of no return, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's all individuality. Everybody is different.
Some people can get past it, some people can't. So it's just up to what you are willing to work on, because once you know that something bad has happened in your relationship, are you willing to work on it? But here's the thing, though. Here's the kicker. We talked about this before. You can't keep bringing it up once you decide that you're going to forgive. We talked about this in the Mindful series. So if y'all didn't hear the Mindful series, go back in our past shows. Go back and listen to the Mindful series. You can't keep pulling stuff out of the mental file cabinet. Once you say you forgave somebody, you got to stick by that. You can't pull it up every time you get mad at them or you want to argue or something don't look good. You got to trust them at that point. So is that something that you can do, though? You have to be honest with yourself.
That's the thing. That's the kicker, boy. If somebody cheat on you, that's hard. That's hard. Especially in the beginning when you're trying to work things out.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing in the world, to try to trust somebody again. If they betray you, and if you really love this person, and if they betray you, oh my goodness, to get that trust back, that's going to take some time. That's going to take some years. That's going to take some work. And because the least little thing that happens, your mind is going to,
the 5 minutes that they late coming home.
Oh man.
Or or they calling you, I got to work over. You're going to be like, is you really working over?
Exactly. So that's a hard situation, man.
So those are the things. You got to know what your breaking point is. Can't nobody tell you what your breaking point is. You have to know in your heart. Like I already said what my breaking point was. Me and my husband talked about all this at the beginning of our relationship before we even got married. We already said we know what pushes our buttons. So you all have to know that in your own relationship too. And then maybe if your mate already know what you can't handle, maybe if those situations come up, they'll think twice, even if y'all having problems. Because my mate already told me, if I do this to her, she ain't gonna be able to handle it. That's gonna be the end of us. Yep. So, and they might keep that in the back of their mind if those situations do present themselves to them. If I tell my husband, okay, I can't take it if you cheat on me. If you cheat on me, there's no way I can be with you. Because I'm always think about what you done, and I'll never be able to see you the same. Well, if we're having problems and opportunity for him to cheat on me arise, hopefully he'll take that in his mind that we had the conversation. Yeah. And if he one of the people that don't care, okay, I'm done, I don't want you no more anyway, well then maybe he won't. So here it is.
See, that's the kicker. That's the kicker. What we were saying, if it's worth it, is it worth it? If it's worth it, you'll think about those things. But if you're to that point that you don't like your mate or you can't stand your mate,
and you want out.
I mean, you may just take that opportunity and say, okay, I don't care if she find out or not, or I don't care if he find out or not, whatever. See you, holla, peace.
Yeah, the guy I work with, get the hint.
Yeah, maybe you'll get the hint then. You know what I mean? But guys, when you think about it, it's strange in a way because of the fact that, you're to that point, no matter what happened, you're to that point that you don't like your mate. And it's amazing because, when you listen to those type of people, was there love there? It had to be love there sometime because you got married, you dated, and then you got married. So it had to be that love there's, for some period of time. I don't know how long, but it had to be all you have to do is just think about it and try to rekindle that part. And maybe you can work it out. Mm-hmm. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but maybe if you try to remember what you guys had or what brought you to the marriage, maybe you can work it out.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it's just best to remember the good times. And like you said, maybe you can build back off of that. Something happened that made y'all get off the path. And so maybe you need to go back. It's kind of like when you lose your keys and you're trying to find your keys. You backtrack. Mm-hmm. So maybe you need to backtrack and find out, where did it all go wrong? What happened? What happened to make the relationship go left instead of, on the right path? What made it go to the left? And maybe you can just backtrack and figure it out. And then from there, talk. If you can't talk, like my husband say, get counseling, talk to a pastor, get some type of mediator, get a friend, get a family member that may have been, like you said, that may be in the same situation. They might can give you good advice. Maybe they went through it and got on the other side, and they did not, call it quits.
Exactly. Or you can listen to Lunch Talk with the Carters. Oh, I take that back. Lunch Talk with Mike and Star. We'll help you out. We will help you out. Yeah. Having marital problems? Listen to Lunch Talk with Mike and Star, a podcast. Lord have mercy. Had to throw it there. Had to give us a shout out.
Bless it. All right, babe. So you got anything else you want to say about the show topic today?
No, babe. Pretty much covers it.
All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed another one of our juicy topics. And like I said, if you got any suggestions or comments that you want to make on the show, you can always do it on our social media accounts, which is at Lunch Talk Show on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Or you can email us at lunchtalkshow@gmail.com. We'll love to hear from you all. We appreciate all the love and support that y'all have done so far, and we look forward to a spectacular future with our Lunch Talk family. Thank you so much. All right, so guys, make sure you're checking us out. Radio Public, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio. You can listen to the audio also on YouTube and a whole bunch of others. Just make sure that you're clicking that subscribe button and your notifications are on. That way you don't miss a show, because you never know what the lunch talk is serving up each and every week.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend.
Peace.
All right, peace.